Welcome to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. It's Thursday.
What's wrong with the camera?
Don't mind me.
Oh, okay. Ignore him. Keep going.
Okay. All right, fine. So it's a Thursday, and we are going to have a great Thursday. We have Troy Miller, who's coming on at 3 o'clock, right? 3 o'clock. He is president of the National Association of Religious Broadcasters. This is going to be great fun to talk to him and learn more about that organization that's been around for a very long time with lots of members across the world, really. So we're so excited to be able to speak with him today. And then we are going to interview Case Dixon. Allison Sinclair, who is he running against? Remind our great audience.
He is running against Gary Palmer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's running to be our
guy.
Congressman.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we will interview him at 3:30 in studio, right, JP?
That is correct.
Yeah. So that'll be really interesting. He wears one of the little Massey debt counters.
Yes. Okay. When I saw him, what was it, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
I felt like weird because I was just staring at it because those things, I love those. But yeah.
They make me really anxious.
We need to talk to him about his ideas of avoiding a government shutdown. We should probably ask him.
Well, he's had some comments, like he follows us on Facebook, and we've done a few videos lately about some of the votes for Ned and genital mutilation and refugee welfare. And he definitely has some ideas of how he would be different than some of the people up in DC from Alabama that have been voting. So we'll have to ask him.
We will ask him about that. And then today, now look, we're just previewing. Obviously, we have a montage. Obviously, everybody's scratching their heads over why in the world. We talked about it before Christmas, that there would be another government shutdown. And for the life of me, we send these people there to fix what they break, but they never fix what they break ever. And so we're back in a same cycle, hamster wheel conversation. How long are we going to keep the government open? What's the CR going to look like this time? But it's very interesting. Y'all are paying attention, but it's very interesting why it's getting held up, what's happening. It's a Rand Paul special, a little bit.
Always
a Rand Paul.
Yeah. I mean, it's a whole mess. But I'm with you, Abs, and I guess we'll get into it later. But it's like, okay, average American. Let's bring this back to the home. Okay, every day, every April 15th, it's tax day, right?
Yeah.
Like it's coming.
Yeah.
Every year it's coming. We know every year we have to pass a budget. Every year it's coming. So like, why can't we get it together?
My cynical answer says because we don't want to.
Well, why wouldn't you want to?
Because it's more fun to have problems that you have to constantly fix. So you have to keep in office so that you can keep going in your job. I'm sure there's more reasons than that. But for the love of all that is good and holy, we're really tired of y'all acting like you didn't know a budget was coming and you were going to have to figure it out. Now, I understand many times things get held hostage, things you don't agree with. But like for my whole life, we've heard about what Newt Gingrich. I'm old. Yeah. Newt Gingrich.
Do you know who
was
that is?
The only one.
I do.
Okay.
I was not.
He
not my
balanced the budget. We had unprecedented growth, and suddenly we're like, we don't remember how to do that. We got a budget at the house, but we don't got one up here because it's y'all's money, and y'all so stupid. You think we're doing stuff with it? Turns out we is we taking it for ourselves.
You sure you aren't from East Tennessee? You sound just like my neighbors.
Really? That's an honor.
It's really, it actually
I
sounds
love
like my grandmother.
The Southern accent. I love all accents. When I was a child, I'm pretty sure I humiliated my parents often. Once I spoke Japanese, what I thought was Japanese, actually completely made it up. And some Japanese friends were in the airport with us and started speaking right back to me. And I was like, oh, ha. Anyway,
well,
I love accents. But anyway, I'm sick and tired of the DC crew going, we don't know what to do. Yes, you do.
Yeah.
Yes, you do. Come on, stop. Anyway, we'll talk about that later.
I'm about to
sorry.
say, I know we're going to get into it later, but
I know we keep saying that, but maybe we should just get into it now.
well, yeah. I mean, the reason is we're an empire and we can print as much money as we want. So we're just going to do it.
Way to be a cynic, JP.
It's just that, like, I used to get driven up a wall over this, but that's just the truth of it. The only part of the CRs that I pay attention to, or it's worth even paying attention to, is the crap they jam into the CRs, on, like the refugee stuff. That's where people need to pay attention. But if people are still holding on to or hoping that we're ever going to pass a balanced budget, it's almost like it's like, I hate to say it this way, but it's like Santa's not real. It's not going to happen.
It's sweet.
It's just it's just not going to happen. I'm sorry.
Y'all, I thought Santa, I believed in Santa till like 5th or 6th grade. Not going to lie.
I did until around the
not
same
wanna
time.
let it go.
I wanted Santa to be real.
I'm
so
sorry
badly.
if there are kids in the car. Well, I was going to start the show asking about dust bunnies, but if you want to, I can continue because Rand Paul literally, so the House passed the appropriation bills and now they go to the Senate, and the Senate, I mean, it looks like they might vote tonight. It's funny. Rand Paul said, look, we will rush this. We will vote for this. But the one thing he's asking for is to take out the $5 billion for the refugee welfare program. And I'm like, well, can we add in the genital mutilation and the NED? But that refugee welfare, all 5 are Republican, plus the 2 Democrats, but all 5 of our Republican congressmen, Adderholt, Rogers, Strong, Palmer, and Moore, all voted for that refugee funding. And now it's coming down to Rand Paul being the one man to like stand up to take it out in the Senate. So we'll see if they cave. Yes.
Could somebody please explain to me why we are for refugee funds? Does this do something magical that other funds that we've gifted don't?
I don't. No.
Okay, I was just making sure.
Yeah, no.
You know,
I mean, somebody could
sprinkle
call
with
and
fairy
tell me
dust.
that it's really necessary for the good of the republic, but I don't think that's the case based on some of the responses that have been posted on Facebook regarding the video that I made about this. It is really what I say in the video, that and I get it. It's hard when you are up there and you have to make these votes, because what you do if you vote no and it fails, well, then you can't. Literally, they have said it funds ICE and it funds like DHS. Okay, so if you vote no, what they're going to say to you is what they said to Mo Brooks when he voted against the NDAA. You hate our military, you hate, and they're going to say, well, you don't want to combat illegal immigration. You don't want to fight the problem. Well, no, I just don't want $5 more billion going to a program to support people that aren't Americans. We are sinking. Like I said, we're 38, 39.
I think we're over the 40 mark now.
No. I don't know why I keep trying. I'm trying to
JP,
put it back in the 20s.
Come on,
Okay,
man.
we're still at 38 as of late 2025, but that's going to go up soon.
$38 trillion in debt. And don't tell me 5 billions don't start to add up. So it's like at some point you have to put your foot down and say, we're not going to do it. We're not going to do it anymore.
Wouldn't be prudent.
It wouldn't be prudent in this juncture. And so these 5 Republican congressmen from Alabama are put in a difficult decision, but you know what? It's really not that difficult, because you look, 24 Republicans voted against it.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all all stick together, maybe we could get this crap out. And then, you know what? If you got it out on the House side and it went to the Senate and wasn't in there, then Rand Paul and the Republicans in the Senate wouldn't be holding it up. And we could send everybody back to work tomorrow.
It would be great if, as Allison has said, somebody like we're 5 explain to us why we need this $5 billion that's apparently been sprinkled with pixie dust, and we need it. I don't understand. And just because we don't understand and we're calling you out doesn't mean we don't appreciate the work you do. But this doesn't make any sense in light of what we're seeing. We've said this all week long. This doesn't make any sense. Could somebody, like she said, it is what she said, explain this to us? This is probably the first time that I'm really like, I know, JP, they print money. Like, grandma bakes cookies. But this is ridiculous.
Well, it's just the yeah buts, like I said. It's
know
always
it.
on the Republican side. When Democrats want something done or want something taken out, it's almost like being in an abusive relationship. It's like you're hitting me
Yes.
in the face. Yeah, but I love you. And I don't want to hurt you. But and you're like, okay, well, fine. And then they just,
Yeah.
what the heck?
You're
Look-
like, you
look,
could
man.
just not hit me.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just sick of the yeah buts. And the bottom line is what you're saying is the but is takes priority over bringing in refugees into America.
Yeah.
Like if Democrats want to mutilate your children, there's no yeah buts. They just do it because they're sick. Whereas we don't have that same get it done mentality, but also our priorities obviously aren't in order. And they're not what you say they are, because if they were what you said they were, then it wouldn't be a yeah but.
And so do we think as Republicans that while Democrats usher in refugees to get votes, do we think that if we give them money and they see us as the do-gooders, that they're going to magically vote with us? And then we're doing the exact same thing that the Democrats are doing? I mean, is that the game? I'm just asking.
Just
I
asking
I
questions.
don't
Asking
know.
questions.
I'm genuinely interested. Okay.
I have a question for y'all after we take a break.
Well,
I can't
we need
wait.
to have the dust bunny talk.
Oh, we do need to have the dust bunny
I
talk,
can't wait.
but I have a different question.
Okay.
It has to do with this because somebody posted a Bible verse in response to my video. And I'd like to read some of the verse and get y'all to tell me how I'm supposed to feel about this. Okay. We'll be back.
back to Rightside Radio. So we are already into it, discussing the government shutdown. Now we shall discuss dust bunnies. And beyond that, a deep question, because something keeps getting twisted and we want to straighten it out. At 3 o'clock, we're going to talk to Troy Miller. Then we're going to talk to Case Dixon. And then at 4 o'clock, we have the plunge for another, well, it's going to be about education. And I'm pretty sure you've seen this test floating around. So y'all are going to have to help us answer some questions. Allison loves games.
I do love games.
And so we're going to ask each other questions and y'all can play along. In fact, you can text the answers and we'll see who wins. I don't even know if there's any winning.
Prize?
Well, the prize is the satisfaction that you're smart.
Oh,
that you ain't a big dummy. I'm kidding. All right, Allison, dust bunnies.
Okay. So we came in this morning, we filmed a podcast, which I'm really excited about, actually.
So excited about
Should we
that.
tell everybody what we're doing?
Yes.
No.
Oh.
Shh.
Really?
Okay, good sir.
Theater.
Radio theater.
You have to talk about how great and exciting it is without telling people what it is.
Could you please, when we talk about our podcast, play music from the Love Boat, where just a clip that says exciting and new, come aboard, we're waiting for you.
So you know what the Love Boat is?
No.
JP, go find
That's
the
old,
music
old
for the Love Boat.
The Love Boat.
And then we have to identify today. No.
Was that just like a swingers boat? Like, I don't remember it.
No,
why was
Julie,
it called
the cruise director?
Why was it called the Love Boat?
Doc, all the mayhem that happened because it was the Love Boat.
Was it just like there's lots of drama and
yes, but it was 80s drama with horrible 80s music and clothing, and stops at places that I'm sure don't even exist. But it was great. We
The guy
need
in
the
the
Love
hat?
Boat. Yeah. Okay, look, JP, we
Okay.
need that when we're talking about our podcast that we will not even tell anybody about. Just we want them to get excited. That's how we're going to preview it. Also, dust bunnies.
Okay, so we came in this morning, we filmed a podcast, and
Okay.
then we had like a chunk of time. So I went home and, well, I won't tell you what I did first. It may have involved drooling asleep. So bad. You know when you fall asleep so hard,
Mhm.
and it's like it's quick. It's not a long sleep. It's a really deep sleep. Okay, and then I got up and I was like, well, I gotta look like I did something today. So I started cleaning. But let me tell y'all how I clean. And I think
Oh,
I've told you
no.
this before.
No.
You
yes,
know- you
yes,
know.
I know.
So
Get the cheer button ready.
okay, please text in if you do this, because I'm going to feel like a real nut job if nobody else does. But it started out, I used the leaf blower when my kids were young to clean out my car. All the Cheerios.
You
all
have
that.
to cheer for that.
I think it's genius.
Thank you.
I think it's super smart. Leaf blower, way quicker than the sucking. So what? I decided, I was like, this
Speaking of my
works
vacuum.
so well in my car.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it in my house. So I leaf blow my house. No.
Oh wait, dang it, that was the wrong one. Sorry, I need
That
to
was still
refresh
good. That was good.
Sorry.
That was good.
But you have to use an electric one, because if you use a gas one, you'll die. So just FYI, go find an electric leaf blower, and the less powerful, the better, because sometimes it's a whole thing. But anyway, I decided to look busy. So when Jared got home, he was like, okay, she did something today. Didn't fall asleep and drool. And as I'm leaf blowing, I started really thinking about dust bunnies. I was like, why do they all look the same? Like, no matter where you are, no matter what color dog you have, no matter what house you live in, like they all look the same. And I don't even know what they're made of.
Dust?
But I mean, it's all the same. But how does it get there? Is it off? Is it like,
Okay. Have you ever looked
I feel really stupid.
that's not stupid. This stuff we all think about. We
no,
just
you don't.
maybe don't say it out loud. But have you ever watched, as maybe on a Saturday afternoon, watching football, the light streaming through the window, and you see all those particles in the air?
Where did this come from? Like your clothes?
That just comes
Is it
from
like lint in
life.
the dryer?
I don't know.
I mean, dust naturally occurs from dead skin cells.
So that's a bunch of dead skin cells.
Dust is, yeah, but the big clumps, I mean, is like dog hair and others if you have pets.
We do have a
Food.
puppy.
Yeah.
Well, we have 2 dogs and a cat.
Yeah, so that's where that comes from. But dust like on the ceiling fans and stuff like that is just your dead skin cells are always falling off and they just accumulate.
Stop.
I'm dead serious. I learned that in school in the health class.
Stop.
I'm not kidding. Look it up.
So like you could get everybody in my family's DNA off the ceiling fan?
Yes. It's all there.
And then
Household dust is not exclusively dead skin cells, but they are a major component, often comprising roughly of 20 to 50% of dust in homes.
I mean, think about it's so grody when you vacuum and you empty the bucket out.
terrifying.
You're like, oh my gosh, this is horrifying.
well, no, I guess they look the same because we're the same.
Basically,
No matter where
We're
we
all-
go.
Well, we're all dust.
Our dust
We're
bunny.
dirt.
Okay. Anyway, I should have sent y'all a picture of what I leaf blowed out of my living
Next
room.
time, we can't wait. We're just
I'll keep you posted.
waiting with bated breath.
On the other side, we're going to have a really serious question about the Bible and the government's role in caring for others. No more dust bunnies. I was just curious. We'll be back.
back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Now, it is time for one of two discussions we will have today. Allison Sinclair, this is very interesting. What?
Can we read some text
You
first?
just got the time. JP
He
put up the
just-
time.
I didn't want you to get going for, because we got some really good texts. I want to read them before we get too deep.
Sweet, let's go.
As long as they're good.
They are
Yeah,
good.
I like we need good. It's been a week.
Let's see. Okay, well, first of all, this is funny. Cameron from Decatur said, okay, this is the guy that's actually Santa. And he said, what do you mean you don't believe in Santa? And he actually sent a picture of him and his wife as
can we
Santa and
see?
Mrs. Claus. Yeah, let me pull it up here real quick.
He's so
Santa.
he is real.
Yeah, look at him.
Oh, they're so cute.
Oh my word.
Did she make that?
Look at that jacket.
What?
I know,
That's
right?
leather?
Abs, it looks like yours.
Well, but
The one
mine's
you
not
wore
red.
yesterday.
That's rabbit. That's like legit rabbit. But this is a whole thing.
So Santa is real, and he's in
All
our
right,
text line.
You know what? All right, Santa, we're sorry. We're sorry.
Lisa from Huntsville says, thank you, JP, for voicing what I've been thinking for the longest time. It's like being in an abusive relationship with the Democrats. Also, the Republicans are equivalent to Charlie Brown, and the Democrats are Lucy with a football.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
That is good.
Connor from Huntsville says two texts. He says, I don't think Republican leaders are willing to do the same, the things the Democrat leaders are able to do to keep their caucus in line, which is hold money, hold campaign finances, hold committee assignments over their head. That's just what I think happens.
Mm.
And then he also said that it took him a while to get into our routine because this new show is so different from Phil, but that we're growing on him. He likes the banner of the personal to the lightheartedness, and we still managed to get down to some real nudes. He thinks we're doing a great job.
Could you do a cheer button for him, please?
That's very nice.
Wait a second. My cheer button is frozen. There's another one over here, I think.
What do you mean your cheer button is frozen?
I don't know. We'll have to
Your
figure
whole
it out.
thing-
Thank you for that. We really appreciate it.
There you
Thank you.
Let's see. Merle from Hartsville says we have
Merle.
a good show going on today. He said, I wish any country that hates America won't get any help, but I know we give to some countries because of where they are located. All of the crazy monies like Sesame Street or studies that don't do beans for our country. Take Elon Musk's list and start chopping.
That's good. Absolutely.
Dana from Athens says that dust bunnies are, quote, lifelint, dust, mites, and skin cells.
Lifelint. I
Well,
like that. I
must
like that a
have
lot.
Lots of life in my house.
I love
It was a
that you
pile
use
of
the
life.
blower. I did ask Chris if I could use our electric blower or our battery powered blower. And he said yes, it was a genius idea. He loves to blow out his space under the porch and then all the way outside. It's a whole thing when it happens. So I'm in complete agreement with
Thank
it.
you for not judging, but it does. I don't know. I go back and forth because it does. If it's too powerful, then it just flies up in the air and then settles on all your furniture.
Well, that's Jenkins from Sneed said, why are you using a leaf blower inside? Question mark, exclamation point, question mark. You're just spreading the dust all over the rest of the house.
Unless you point it in the right direction.
kind of
and-
got to angle it down.
I mean, there's like a whole bunch of,
yeah, it's like you scoop it. That's a good thing.
you know,
Yeah.
I did landscaping, so that's the move.
Yeah, you got to scoop and
See?
it can't be too
Mhm.
high. But do you know how long it would take me to get underneath the couches and the chairs and then I'd scratch the floor? So I prefer just to
you know why you're right? Because we listen and we don't judge. Okay.
I just told everybody I use a
We're
leaf
doing
blower.
Pilates. I was doing Pilates this morning.
What?
And yeah, I basically do it every day, but I was looking underneath it's,
Oh, you
So I
could
don't
peer
lose my
underneath
mind. And I peered under the sofa and I was like, I am so disappointed in myself. Like I
Shame,
vacuum
shame,
and I
shame.
love to vacuum. It just doesn't happen very often anymore. And I thought, wow, I need to call for
Somebody?
some help. But I am the help. So I need to help myself. But I'm maybe have
me
to
help
try the
you.
blower and get that out of there. I was really glad nobody looks underneath my sofa.
Yeah.
See what's there. Although I did find a pen. So
It's a good pen.
yeah, it's a pen. It's on my kitchen table right now. Anywho.
So, I was going to say, if we want to segue into our serious discussion, but if anybody else has good text to text in about dust bunnies or whatever, it's 833-687-4448 or 833-68-RIGHT.
I love that. We can keep that number. See what I did there? See what I did there? Huh?
There you go.
Yes. Okay.
Good thinking.
Miss Sinclair.
So, this video was just bringing information to the people. Okay. Everything that I talk about and the votes, you can look up yourself. I just was stating facts and stating some of my opinion on questioning why. And this particular video that I did is about continuing to give money to refugees. Okay. And it's called refugee welfare.
Mhm.
Welfare implies long term. Okay. And at some point, you're not a refugee anymore.
Correct.
And at some point, welfare, I don't even think in its inception was meant to be like a long term, you're supposed to live on it. Right?
Correct.
That was just like we got to get through the
It's
hump.
supposed to be a
Over the hump.
trampoline, not a hammock.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
That's really good.
JP's on a roll.
Wow.
And then you go to the little debt counter and we're $38 trillion, almost $39 trillion in debt. Okay. So that's a logical argument. But the philosophical argument is it the role of government, a country's government, to provide welfare funding for people that aren't their citizens?
No.
Not at all. Never. Like,
There's something better that can be done. Sorry.
but somebody on my Facebook page posted this: "For I was hungry and you gave me food. I was thirsty and you gave me drink. I was a stranger and you welcomed me." And it just goes on and on. "But I say to you, love your enemies, bless those who curse you, do good to them, those who hate you, and pray for them, which despitefully use you and persecute you." And I just thought this is really interesting because I think the Bible especially gets misapplied in a lot of ways. I don't think the government, especially the American government, was ever meant to do 95% of the things that it does today. But we're so conditioned to say, if you don't care for every person that comes into your country, you're a terrible person. I start to think of it from like a nuclear family. God gave us Jared to lead our household. His first responsibility is to provide for us. He can't neglect us to go save every other family in our neighborhood. Now, if there's an overabundance and the people want to do that and the community wants to take care of people, I think that's where it's supposed to come from the church and the community, not from the government. But y'all tell me if I'm wrong, because we have all 5 of our Republican congressmen that said this was a good thing.
I agree with you. Government is not God. It is God's people who have the responsibility, and we used to know that, to take care of each other. Now, we already do, because Christians are the most giving. If you look on, charts and surveys, Christians give a huge percentage of what they have. But first of all, the government is not God. And the government is standing in the place of God when they say, we'll handle it, y'all don't have to. But what the government gives, the government can take away. And what the government gives and gets you hooked on, the government doesn't really want to give away, because that means you're going to vote for whatever they want. So it's kind of a twisted web that we weave. That's first. Second, and I've mentioned this before, we've all had opportunity to travel. One of the oldest hospitals in the world, still standing, is now a museum, and it's across from the cathedral in Siena. And if you see that, you know that the reason it's across from the cathedral in Siena was because that was how it was originally set up. The church took care of people at the crossroads of then that civilization. That's what we've always done. It is up to us to take care of our brothers and sisters within our community, not the government. Beyond that, if you're on welfare or you're a sojourner, that implies short term. The Bible is very clear. If you will not work, you do not eat. So when you put somebody on a welfare program and say, we're just going to give you money, look at the way the Somalis have taken our kindness that Obama offered them. And it's not actually kindness. And look at what they're doing now, buying cars, women losing their minds because the government's like, we're going to take that back now. So it's used against us. But because we misapply scripture, like you say, because we even use verses like, well, Jesus was a foreigner or Jesus was a sojourner. He was because the government said his dad had to take his family and go register in his home community. It didn't imply that they were going to stay long term. That is a completely different set of rules and values, completely different. It's twisted. And so the result of all this, to me, is that it's become suicidal empathy. And it's generally girls that are like, women, look at what's happening in Minneapolis. We're all like, but we should care. Yes, you care. We care as a church family, but it has never, ever been the job of the government to take the place of God and his people.
JP?
Yeah, I think the first person I ever saw explain it best was Charlie Kirk, actually. And he talked about how the church has been completely fat and happy and allowed the government to do what the church should be doing and what church charity should be doing, and should be out and feeding the homeless, and should be out of the kindness of their own heart, treating those who are worse off in our society, how biblically the church is supposed to. And I think people are twisting it maliciously, mostly people who aren't Christians, but also, unfortunately, some gullible Christians who think that just because a not hypothetical, but a symbolic verse, as the sojourner and giving food and water to those, it twisting it into a policy that the American government should implement. I think individually churches and Christians have an obligation to give to others and to treat others with respect, but also it's a biblical punishment to be ruled over by foreigners. Think about Israel and the Jews in the Old Testament who were slaves to Egypt and who were ruled over by Rome, and actually was completely sacked by Rome in 70 AD with the sacking of the temple and being driven out. And it's a punishment for their disobedience. And the Bible does not call for us to not have a backbone, because people are coming into our nation to steal from us and also subvert our country and our traditions and our values, because the Somalians who come in, they're coming in to steal our money, our taxpayer money, and commit fraud while also trying to change America into a Muslim nation. Do you think God wants America, who he ordained to become what it is, to become a Muslim nation? How is that glorifying to God? Okay. So you don't have to go out and call, immigrants mean names or be rude to them or assault them. But also, I'm not going to allow you to ruin my country, and I'm simply going to send you on your way. And I think it's biblical to have a backbone when people are trying to subvert you. So I agree. It's the individual person is what it's the individual Christian. Don't twist it into an American policy.
Yeah. Amen. Because apparently we're not a Christian nation anymore anyway. So, even that. But it's a great question.
I just was surprised for this vote, and it looks like in the Senate, it's still going to come down to whether they allow this one amendment to remove it, that we still have people that are voting for it in light of what's happening in Minnesota. Like, probably last year it would have passed and nobody would have paid attention, or, maybe, but you are, from a practical side, you are watching and seeing numbers. You have evidence of the fraud, and you still want to give $5 billion to it. Just crazy. We got to take a break. I'm hoping some more fun texts come in. I feel like everybody's on a roll today. And I'm learning a lot about dust bunnies too. I had no idea they were called life bunnies. Or what was it? Life bunnies?
Life bunnies, but then also we got a text that they call it in the Navy ghost turds.
I like that better.
That's good. That's quote board material.
We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver, clearly struggling with my ear bob. Every day. Every day it's a struggle. Every single day. Okay, JP, before we head into the 3 o'clock hour and our first of 2 guests for the day, do we have any other texts?
We actually do have quite a bit. So starting after the ghost turd text, which was from John the Navy Corpsman, by the way. Jeremy from Madison says, the Bible says that the church is supposed to take care of widows and orphans. If Christians do this, government doesn't have to step in.
Exactly.
Chris from Rogersville says, I have said for years, how can I take care of you if I can't take care of myself? Take care of yourself first and then others.
And people will judge you for saying that.
You have your house in order.
Yeah. It's like, just think about it practically.
Well, think about a requirement for an elder or a deacon. Like they're looking at
There
your
you go.
household first before they will even consider allowing you to become part of that leadership at your church. So,
Dana from Athens says, it's not just that we shouldn't be required to accept every person who wants in. It's also that we, the American people, should not be on the hook for the whole world's financial well-being.
that's so well said. Wow, our audience is on fire today.
Wait.
Everybody's on a roll.
Mike
their
from
coffee.
Florence says, the government is the reason neighbors don't help neighbors anymore. Charity through taxes isn't charity, but givers and takers have come to expect government, quote, charity.
Oh, that'll
100%.
preach.
Tony from Elkmont says, I believe that the U.S. government does a lot of, quote, work of the church, parentheses, welfare and such, as a way to coerce people to seek the assistance of the government instead of turning to the church. I believe that the church should be doing a lot of what the government does, but at the same time, I feel like the church has dropped the ball on its responsibilities.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
2 things can be true at once.
Scott from Athens
like
says, super duper nice Christians have never read Nehemiah and are also scared to clean the temple of heretics.
Ooh.
Yikes.
Herb from Gurley says, a sojourner in the Bible is someone who is passing through. You can almost see the word journey in sojourner. It is not someone who resides. I grew up in the 50s and our church took care of local indigenous. There was no fraud and we knew the people.
Very well said. And there are some actually great organizations in Huntsville, and y'all do a great job of taking care of each other. And that is a credit to you. But you're exactly right. It's the church's job. It's our neighbor's job. It's not the government's job. It's just not, no matter how we twist it.
We got 2 more real quick. Merle from Hartsel again says, give a man a fishing pole and he can provide for his family. Give a man free food and he will sit and watch TV and make more babies.
I like him.
And here's a good one to end it off. Moon Pie from Madison says, if JP is as focused and structured as it seems that he is, I'm very impressed that he can stay focused when every day, or stay focused every day when he's working with Squirrel.
Is he implying something?
I don't know.
Maybe.
It's fun. I like it.
You did have to, you probably have whiplash coming from Phil
Oh, yeah.
to us.
I knew what to expect every single day, almost to the
Yeah.
minute with Phil. But
You did.
but it drove me nuts sometimes. Yeah, I'll be honest.
Because he's got it so together.
He's ultra together, which is why he's as successful as he is.
Yep.
Yeah. But I enjoy it's fun.
Well, I'm glad you see it that way. And I hope
Thanks,
our
JP.
listeners do too.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate so much the kind words. This has been a hard one to walk into and step into in terms of like big shoes to fill.
No pun
And-
intended.
Yeah, let's say no pun.
Yeah. Didn't think about that. But we're grateful to be here and appreciate y'all sticking with us. Squirrel. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. Having a great Thursday. Did I have to pause for a second and wonder what day it was because this week has been hectic? Yes, I did. But y'all, as promised, we are thrilled to be joined by Troy Miller, who is CEO of the National Religious Broadcasters Association. And hello, sir. How are you today?
I'm having a great Thursday as well, even though it's
you?
very cold in Nashville.
Oh,
you're in Nashville.
Do you have power? I mean, you must have power because you're with us,
Yeah.
but I have friends up there that just got power yesterday.
Our senior VP of events just got power this morning.
Oh, wow.
So she's been out 5 days, and one of our other employees, I think, got power late yesterday. So, but it's slowly coming back on.
Has it been fun camping?
Yeah, I lived in hurricane country down in Florida for a while, so I kind of know what it's like. But it's been fun. It's just a bitter cold now. It's just and especially for Nashvillians. I grew up in Nebraska. It's not too bad, but for the folks here, this is the ice age has settled in.
It's a whole thing. Okay. So tell us about you for the people who are not aware of what the NRB is. And also, I love your slogan. I would love to talk about that as well. But could you tell us a little bit about you and your organization? It's been around for a while. But again, we're thrilled to have you on, but want to know more about you.
So NRB, I'll start there. NRB is the oldest advocacy organization for Christian communicators. It started off in 1944 as the National Religious Broadcasters Association. Oddly enough, even back then, people wanted to keep pastors off of radio, that new medium that was a great way to, reach the masses. And there was a set of gatekeepers that wanted to do that. And then the radio companies wanted to say, you can do this, but you can't do this. You could talk about this. So 5 pastors got together at Moody Church and formed NRB. For 82 years, we have been fighting on behalf of all kinds of Christian communicators to make sure that they have the right to stay in the public space and be in the public sector, whether it's on radio broadcast, television, media, in film, publishing, book authors, and of course, all things digital today. We fight hard to make sure that whatever ministry God's called you, if that ministry has a communications component to it, we're going to make sure you're able to communicate the best you can. I am a tech guy. I have a background. I came from the tech industry, 11 years in the kind of Silicon Valley world, Navy before that, naval engineering. This was not on my dance card at all. I got associated in ministry in the early 2000s and nonprofit, and all that road led me to NRB in 2019. And I really love it because being a Navy guy, you're kind of a bit of a warrior. So this is a good battleground to get out there and make sure folks like you and everybody else can keep doing what you're doing.
Boy, are we thankful for that. How many members do y'all have?
So we have over almost 1,300 members. They reach a U.S. audience just through traditional broadcasting of almost 100 million of folks, about a third of the U.S. here. Digital broadcasting probably reach about 2 to 3 times that. And then we have over 50 members from around the globe that do international ministry as well.
Wow.
So on one hand, I want to say that Christians are being persecuted, and especially in America, we're in a post-Christian America, it feels like, and that we are being suppressed and being able to kind of spread our message and have our spaces. On the other hand, I'm really encouraged with what you're seeing in theaters with Angel Studios and David that just came out, and then I can't remember the actor's name. He was on Wizards in Waverly Place, and he was talking about how there is more and more requests coming to Hollywood for faith-based movies and cinema and just all around art. Where do you fall on that? What do you see is happening?
Yeah, and I can't remember his last name, but David was with us last year at NRB.
Oh,
And look,
very cool.
and there is that. And so, you know, you're right. And on one side, we have a real battle. We came out of an administration that was weaponizing everything they could against Christians and the Christian message. We have a lot more favorability in this administration. We still have a lot of uphill battles in corporate America, especially with the social media companies and mainstream media, but we have a lot of good things that are going on. So the American Bible Society just came out with their report on the state of the Bible, and one of the things that they saw this year was, for the first time in almost a decade, an uptick with from people involved with their Bible. People are reading the Bible more. People bought more Bibles this year. People are getting out into Bible apps at a greater pace. So we're seeing that. A lot of our youth ministries are reporting record high attendance to conferences and events that they're doing. Churches have seen an uptick in people in attendance and that. So there's a lot of good indications out there, which really puts a lot of pressure on us as Christian communicators, because we have a hungry society that wants to hear the gospel and the message, the Christian message, and we have to step up and really fulfill that need.
Wow. Amen to that. So okay. I saw that you had posted, and yes, we looked on your Facebook page, and you have really good, you know, who doesn't do that, right? Facebook and Twitter. But you said something really interesting, and I would love to talk about it to that end, because people are hungry. And yet at the same time, you posted about Christian nationalism. No one ever panics over Islamic nationalism, but we're the only group that's told that civic engagement is extremism. Can you expand on that? Because I think that's so true.
Yeah, I'd happy to look at that, and it is, you know, true. You take everybody. It's so funny how Christians, for some reason, in the mainstream media, in social media, and all these, the left loves to target Christians and say that anytime Christians get involved in, as I said, the civic governance of any part of this country, whether it's local in their local school boards, all the way up to, you know, the presidency, that somehow Christians are stepping across the line. Somehow Christians are stepping out of the boundaries here. But if anybody else does it, if any other religious folks do it, or as we'd all know, the secular, atheist, agnostic, socialists do it, somehow they're not stepping out of bounds and their worldviews are okay in politics. It's really something we're going to challenge people at our convention this year, that Christians really have to have the courage to step up and be a part of the governance. Look, we're celebrating the America's 250th anniversary. This country would not exist. I think most historians would agree with me here. Would not exist if it was not for the Christians who really led the revolution, including a group called the Black Robe Regiment, a group of pastors who spoke about this week after week to their congregations about what it meant to throw off tyranny and what it meant for them and for our country to understand that our rights came from our Creator. They don't come from a monarchy, and they certainly don't come from the government.
Wow.
This was not on our list of things to talk about, and this is something we haven't talked about on the show yet, but you seem like the right person to ask. Talk a little bit about the separation of church and state and what that does and doesn't mean. I'm putting you on the spot, but we can have a conversation about it. But you seem like you're in that lane.
Look, I love to be on the spot because Thomas Jefferson responded to an inquiry from a group, a Baptist group in Connecticut, the Danbury Baptist. And what they were concerned about, the rumor was floating around that the government might pick a denomination, pick a group, and make that the national, faith for the country. And Jefferson wanted to make sure that they clearly understood that that was not the case. So he wrote this letter back to him, and he said there is a wall of separation between the church and state. And by that wall, he meant we were not going to follow in line with what England had done and create a Church of England. We were not going to create a Church of America. The government was to not interfere in the in the institution of the church, into the church's actions and roles. He did not mean that the church, and particularly people of faith, should not be involved in the governance of the country. At the same time he wrote that letter, he was also the head of the school board for the Washington, D.C. area, for that area, where he required, as the head, and we know that Jefferson was probably not one of the most faithful, most religious leaders we had, but he required that the school board teach the Bible and Watts hymnal in that school district. At the same time, he says separation of church and state. So I think that tells you everything you need to know about that. The founding fathers were firm on their belief that this country was moored. I'm a Navy guy. This country was anchored in the Christian faith and in the principles that we find from our Old and New Testament in the Bible. And without that anchor, this country was going to go adrift and would drift into that kind of tyranny that they were trying to shed off under the monarchy.
Wow. Okay. That, amen.
I feel like we're watching that happen.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. That is great. JP, we need to save that right there. So real quick, and we hope you will come back, but you have a gathering coming up in Nashville. When, and where?
We do. It's the largest gathering of Christian media professionals. It's in Nashville, Tennessee. It'll be February 17th through the 20th at the Gaylord Opryland Hotel, which is just this huge, fabulous place. We'll have over 6,000 people in attendance. And we have an exhibit floor that's over 260 exhibitors. We have I think we're getting close to about 200 different speakers. We run panels on every major issue that we're going in the culture. We're going to have experts in those areas, everything from the legal landscape that people are facing now, threats to the First Amendment, threats to broadcast licensing. We have a whole stage on our floor dedicated to artificial intelligence, to everything AI, what that means today for us as communicators and for us as Christians and the church. So it's just it's an incredible place to be. And it's not just, if you're in any kind of media, you definitely want to be there, because you're going to find and get caught up on all the latest things. But also, if you're just an audience, if you're part of the audience, you're probably going to see some of your favorite Christian personalities walk in the hall as well.
How can people find out more? What's the website? How can they register?
Yep, go to nrbconvention.org and you can find out. There's a button there to register. You'll find out all the speakers, all the sessions, everything that's going on. You can see our exhibit floor and all the exhibitors. So nrbconvention.org is the place to go.
Amy Beth really wants to go. When she found out you were coming on, she was like, I've always wanted to go to the convention. I'm like, I bet we can make it happen.
Perhaps.
You know what? We can make it happen. If you can get there, I tell you what, you can come as my guest and we'll waive your registration.
Oh.
High five.
Yes,
There's a challenge.
That is so fun. Troy Miller, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. We hope you'll come back. I hope next month is fabulous. It sounds amazing. And keep us posted. I know you do a lot. Maybe next time we'll talk about Nigeria and all that you're doing there and around the globe. So Troy Miller, thank you for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Wow.
I
feel like he could lead a class, lead a tour, put on a really good show. He seems like he can do it all.
We're going to have to go just to meet him in person.
Said you could be his guest.
He did.
It's awesome. All right. We'll be back.
welcome back to Rightside Radio. You guys, that was awesome, wasn't it?
That was really good.
He's a very fun guy. He'd probably be a great preacher too.
Sorry, I'm finishing my almonds.
Poor
We have
radio
snack
etiquette.
time.
We
Okay,
have a show to do.
we have a little
Squirrel.
fridge and some snacks. Anyway, that was a great convo.
No, he was really good.
We're looking forward to Case Dixon at 3:30. JP, I'm pretty sure you have some text, don't you, sir?
He's over there giggling.
I have one text in particular that's funny. It's
Okay.
actually from a first-time texter.
Oh, even better.
It says, let me start with the fact that I am a single male divorced for the past 26 years. And if I decided to try Allison's house cleaning method, the FAA would have shut down all air travel over the southeastern United States because of poor visibility. I'm not proud of this, just being honest.
You know what?
You belong.
I want you to
You
feel
belong.
better. If I had sent in a picture of my bunnies of dust or my ghost turds,
Your ghost turds. That's-
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
you would have felt better about yourself. It's not just you. And what's bad though, I think what's worse is that like I blew out the house just a few days ago. It's bad.
Well,
Is it
I s-
winter because like everybody's all cooped up and
I don't know.
skin cells going
maybe,
everywhere?
Maybe the cold makes the skin cells fall off faster.
Oh.
Are you a blanket people?
Yeah.
We're blanket people, and I figure that's probably the way. Are you a blanket person?
I'm always.
Well, you
yeah.
know, some people are not blanket people. They just sit there like robots
don't
as if
wanna
it's
be their
not
friends.
cold, or you don't want a blanket because you're sitting there watching a movie. That probably also really sloughs off the
Okay.
dead
Ugh.
skin cells.
I'm very much a blanket person, but are y'all weighted blanket people?
No,
No.
No.
Too much.
look,
I'm
I
suffocating.
thought I was going to be a weighted blanket person when Molly played volleyball. And you know, they start in March and it's wretched and cold. Ugh. So I got one. Well, just to get the dang weighted blanket out to the field, I was like,
Too
I
much.
shouldn't even work out at all because you're lugging it plus your chair and snacks. No. Mm-mm.
My sister is all on the weighted blankets, and I'm like, Ash, how can you breathe under this thing?
No,
I'm
you
like,
can't. Just sweat.
It's awful.
sweat.
Imagine if there was a fire and you had to jump up fast. I mean, you're
Mm.
delayed at least 10 seconds.
You
getting
may
out of
die.
that thing.
You may catch fire.
Yeah.
I
I
don't
tried
know.
it. I didn't like it.
Not
But-
a fan.
Any
Mhm.
other texts?
Also, Moon Pie from Madison says that he was not judging, or they. I don't know if Moon Pie's a girl or boy, but they were not judging. They
They
were
them.
only.
Who are you
observing.
kidding? Moon Pie is so a boy.
Is it? I don't know.
Moon-
Clarify, Moon Pie. If you're still listening.
RC and Moon Pie, they go together.
I'm
It seems like a
going girl.
man situation.
I don't know. Yeah, my first reaction was maybe boy, but Moon Pie. That's you just have to let us know, Moon Pie, if you're.
Well,
listening.
I think look, in our former life, we had a drag queen
We did.
that was like our biggest fan. And maybe this is our, well, no, Moon Pie might be offended. I don't know. Moon Pie can be our they, them.
oh my word.
Is
that bad? Is that-
It's
I
not
think
that kind
Moon
of shit.
Pie is probably. I vote boy. You guys vote girl.
Anybody can listen.
Yeah. Oh goodness, we welcome
The
it.
drag
Oh
queen-
yeah, we would like to know.
drag
Yeah.
queen's name was Uncle Daddy. That's a little uncomfortable.
That is a bit uncomfortable.
It is.
He was really nice though.
That's a whole thing.
Okay, we gotta go to a break, don't we?
That
We
we do.
do.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver, barely joined by Allison Sinclair
Sorry, I had things to do.
and JP. We are joined, as promised, by Case Dixon, who is running for office CD6.
That's right.
Okay. So, for people who do not know you, haven't had the chance to meet you, why don't you tell us about you and then why you decided to run for office?
Sure, absolutely. First of all, I want to say thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it. But a little bit about me. I'm a lifelong Alabamian. I'm a Christian first. I'm a conservative, and I work in healthcare. I've been doing that now for the last 8 years or so, coming up on. But I've got a wife of just 3 years this past December, and we've got 2 young kids. We've got a daughter, Sadie, that's going to be 2 coming up in March, and then another one, Indy, who's going to be 1 in June. So they're just about 15 months apart.
It's like your grandkids.
That's so fun. I love
Yeah,
it.
same.
Exactly.
Wow.
Actually.
Okay. So keep going. Where did you grow up though?
Yeah, so I grew up in the Maline, Alabaster area.
Okay.
For a large part of my childhood, and then we moved around to McCalla, and then now my wife and I, we live over close to the Hueytown area.
Okay.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Did you go to Thompson?
No, so I was homeschooled growing up.
Okay.
Never stepped
So
foot a day in public
Evangel
school.
or Hope?
Hope Christian School
Okay.
in Pelham.
Okay.
Mhm.
I have neighbors that you will know. I'll ask you off the air.
Okay.
They were there's 11 of them. They're awesome neighbors. They've moved, but
11
anyway.
neighbors or
Well,
11
11
in the
kids,
household? Yeah,
but in
You know who
the
she's talking
neighborhood,
about?
probably.
It's a small space place over
Yeah.
there.
a lot of boys.
So grew up in Maline, always been in Alabama. Why run for Congress?
Absolutely. So I think, like a lot of people during 2020 with COVID, I mean, do I really need to say anything more there?
Yeah.
But at that time, I was in college. I wasn't married, didn't have a good job yet, didn't have a home. And so when everything opened back up, I really was just ready to get on with everything. And I was still young at that point. And so all those feelings kind of went on the back burner. Graduated, got a job, got married, got a home, had a kid. And that's really when those same feelings kind of came back, as far as I'm worried about the future that my kids are going to grow up in. And so I could go into a myriad of details about why I decided to jump into this race specifically. But ultimately, as far as getting involved in politics, I realized that as my children's father, it's really my duty to get involved and make sure that their future is secure and safe.
Why the federal level?
Yeah. So basically, I sat down when I decided I was going to really try to get into politics, and I made a list. And on one side, I put more local issues that I was attuned to. And then on the other side, I put federal issues. And I think that a lot of people, just through different life experiences, are going to be attuned to different things they think they can make an impact in. And so when I sat down and I made this list, there were more things on the federal side that I would like to see done differently, or that I thought I could make an impact in. And so that's what I decided to do, because the number one thing I don't want to do is run for an office and just use it as a stepping stone. When I'm there, I want to be there for the right reasons and be there to do a job, not just to try to work a ladder. And so that's why I went ahead and decided I'm going to run for Congress.
So what are those issues that concern you the most, the ones that you want to work on?
Sure. The number one thing I would say is affordability in the economy. Just my wife and I, when we bought our first home a few years ago, we bought it really the worst time, I guess. Just 2 years prior, home prices were low, interest rates were low. And then here we are, they're sky high. And just a 2 or 3 year difference would have made the most. And so I'm worried about how that's going to continue as my daughters get older, how they're going to start a family, get married. Just take, for example, recently over the summer with the big, beautiful bill, when we saw the largest debt ceiling increase in history. And we know that Congress is going to spend that money.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm afraid that if we continue the federal spending and adding to the national debt, that it's going to continue to erode away our purchasing power, my purchasing power, but then my kids further on down the road. And I feel like it's just a delayed tax. And that's one thing that I feel like is different than me and the incumbent, is that, whenever leadership says jump, he says how high. And we need folks that are willing to stand up and say, look, we're not going to do this. I know this has great things in this bill. There's always great things in the bill, and they do that on purpose to cause you to have a dilemma.
Mm.
But ultimately, if you stand up and stand firm on conservative principles, I think that if enough people do that, then we can really make a difference.
You have a Thomas Massey. It's like giving me anxiety.
Yeah.
The little debt counter is just rolling, rolling, rolling. I don't know how it doesn't run out of battery.
Well, you charge it.
It's really not fun to sit here and watch it. And we have so many issues. I know recently several of our congressmen, and you saw a video that I did about funding NED and funding genital mutilation and funding DEI and funding refugee welfare. And one of the things is exactly what you talked about, that there's always an excuse. There's always a reason. There's always something good that you can vote for. With what we're seeing with the shutdown, how would you do things differently, or what would your position be? You know, Rand Paul has said, okay, the Senate will vote on it if we can have this one amendment to take out the refugee welfare. He's willing to put the line in the sand there. For you, how do you determine what is negotiable and what is not?
Yeah, I mean, I think it really just comes down to what's in the best interest of your constituents. And so I think the theory has been in the past that we're going to compromise, we're going to negotiate, we're going to do X, Y, and Z. But then that's what brings us to $38.5 trillion. And then, like you said, funding the gender ideology and the abortions and all these types of things. And so I think that eventually we've seen that it's not going to work with the compromise on these specific issues, and that we have to just draw the line in the sand like Senator Paul. And I think that if enough people do that, they'll have to come back to the negotiating table. I mean, with the big, beautiful bill, just to reference it again, if a few more senators would have stood up and said, no, we're not going to, we like the bill, we like the tax cuts, we like all the great things, but if you strip out the debt ceiling increase, we'll vote for it. And that's what Senator Paul said. He said, I'll vote for it if you take out the debt ceiling increase. But they didn't need his vote, and so they didn't have to negotiate with him. And so if he just had a little bit more leverage, I think we could have seen that get done.
So why don't we, in the time that we have left, talk to us about the campaign trail. How is it going? Tell us about the people that you're meeting, and what kind of reception are you getting?
Yeah, so I've met a lot of great people. I'm a people person, just working in healthcare as a physical therapist assistant. I enjoy people. You have to, and so I really am getting a lot of energy from folks, and really motivating me more than I even thought would be possible. You know, the more I talk to people, the more it motivates me to want to do more. And the number one thing that I'm hearing from folks is that we need to focus here in America. And, people like to use the phrase America first. And I think that's been overused, and a lot of people try to redefine it. But ultimately, like you said, with the recent bills and just even the National Defense Authorization Act, we're continuing to reauthorize involvement in overseas, Syria. I mean, just recently, I believe it was either November or December, we had 2 guardsmen from Iowa that were killed by a terrorist in Syria and a translator. And I'm sitting there wondering, why in the world are they over there? Why are they not at home? We don't have anything to do in Syria that's really to the benefit of America, I think. We've got so many issues facing Alabamians right here at home. And so, like I said, Congressman Palmer voted for that. And I think that we need someone that's going to do differently.
What else are you hearing? I'm curious, the top issues for Alabamians.
Yeah, I think especially here with the news lately, but immigration is always a big one. That's something people are concerned about. And I mean, that's another thing that I am different on than the congressman. Is in 2021, there was a bill, you may know about it, that was after the poor Afghan withdrawal by President Biden. There was a vote to increase the number of visas to bring in Afghan migrants, while also relaxing the vetting process associated with coming over to the U.S. And then Congressman Palmer voted for that. But that exact program led to an individual coming over here, going into our nation's capital, shooting and killing a guardsman and wounding another one. And it's like I said earlier, I mean, we have to have politicians and Congress people that are willing to stand up to leadership, because leadership in Washington, it's bureaucrats, it's the speaker, it's whoever it may be. They don't have the best interest of Alabama. They don't have the best interest really of the nation, I think, many times. And so we have to have folks that are willing to do that.
So what would you say to people who would say, but you're young? Like, don't you want to wait a little while? What's your answer to them?
It goes back to what I said earlier about my kids. I feel like if I wait too long, it will be too late. And I really feel the calling to make sure that their future is secure. And so I would just say, really evaluate your kids' futures. And you need someone that has that incentive, I guess, is what I'm getting at. Because whenever you have a young family and you yourself are young, like myself, I have incentive to ensure that I'm actually taking care of the things that I'm talking about right now, because it's my future that's on the line and my young kids' future is on the line. So I think I have the utmost incentive to actually follow through with the things that I'm talking about.
It's really good. So where can people find out more about you? What is your schedule? Are you going to be speaking at any events coming up? Tell us how we can learn more about you.
Absolutely. So I post a lot of my events that I'm going to be at on Facebook. So you can follow me on Facebook, Case Dixon. Also on X. I'm on TikTok. I'm pretty much on every social media. But then also they can visit dixonforuscongress.com. And I post updates, and you can join my email list and things like that. And I try to send them out regularly so people know where I'm going to be. And
it's Case.
Yes.
CASE.
Glad you said that.
Dixon. DIXON.
That's right.
Because there are a few, and there's also like there's a Cason. It's not. There's another one that's someone similar to your name, and I ended up on that site. Don't want to do that. We also have historically called candidates the wrong name on this show, so I just want to get it straight. It's Case,
Case.
like a suitcase.
You have to
Dixon.
imagine with the name of Case growing up, it would not hurt my feelings if you got it wrong. But
Yeah,
going to the
but
website.
you want people to
Yeah.
be able to find
Yes.
you.
That's
Yes.
why on my logo, everything just says Dixon.
Yeah.
I think it's, I don't
Smart.
want people to, that's a little easier to remember, I think.
I don't know. Case is kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. Do you have anything else, Abs?
No,
We'll go
just
to break.
making sure that we got the spelling of his name right,
Yeah.
so people could find you, follow along, and then engage with wherever you're speaking next. So thank you so
Absolutely.
much.
Good luck.
Thank you
Keep
for
us
having me on.
posted.
Yeah, absolutely.
And yeah, next time I'm gonna put like something over it. It like makes my I
I
start
can't look
flapping,
at it.
looking at the debt counter, y'all. I think we added $1 trillion while we were sitting there.
Probably.
All right, we'll be back with more news on the other side.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. Okay, so just wrapped up an interview with Case Dixon, and then rolling into the 4:00 hour, you guys. We're going to take that little test from the 1800s.
I'm so excited.
I don't know. Maybe it's like an 8th grade graduation test. Maybe you've taken it. Maybe we'll know the answers. Maybe we won't. I don't know. But I'll save what I have to say about that for the 4:00 hour. All right. JP, text, sir.
833-687-4448 is the text line number if y'all want to let us know your thoughts, or 833-68-RIGHT, RIGHT. Michael from Moulton says, y'all are cracking me up today. Don't really have an intelligent point, just, and it has a 100 emoji, as the cool kids are saying today, on so much that y'all have said. Definitely on the way to blanket, and Dems are idiots, and Jasmine Crockett hates white people. LOL.
True.
He is a squirrel looker too. Like that was a whole thing.
I love it.
Squirrel.
I'm here
Wait,
for
we
it.
went from Jasmine Crockett to
Weighted blanket to Democrats are idiots, and Jasmine Crockett hates white people.
did we say that?
No, I think he's just
He was
making
just
it.
saying-
He's just
I-
declaring it.
Okay, I
He just- he
appreciate
just,
it.
He's right.
I think she
Okay.
does.
Connor from Huntsville says, hey, what did you decide was the male equivalent to a biscuit, or is that discussion still up in the air?
Oh. No, it was
It was the opposite of a biscuit, right?
Yeah.
no, but it was the male equivalent of a
Jessica.
what?
You know, Karen, the
Who's
new Karen's
Jessica?
named Jessica.
No, we
guys.
did talk about this. Yeah, well, we did do the opposite of a
Oh,
biscuit, a stone.
It's not a scone.
It's
it
a
was a stone.
But it was the male equivalent of
I don't remember.
All I remember is saying the opposite of a biscuit. And then everybody started giving their suggestions of like crescent rolls and stuff instead of biscuit. But I don't remember the male equivalent of a biscuit. I don't remember that conversation.
We haven't had that conversation unless it's cornbread.
Well, a biscuit is not.
I actually like that.
That is good,
That
actually.
is good.
And we decided, what was it, flop doodle yesterday?
Fop.
Fop doodle.
Fop.
Sorry.
Doodle.
Fop doodle.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a biscuit is non-gender specific. I think anybody can be a biscuit.
Did Moon Pie respond? Is it a they them?
No, they have not responded. I may just text them.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm thinking of Pat.
We-
Just Pat from
we should-
SNL.
I mean, I know gambling's illegal in this state, but we should bet.
A penny.
Bet on what gender Moon Pie is.
Yes.
All right, I retract. I think Moon Pie's a girl.
Oh, you can't do that.
I can't.
No, because I was going to say I'll make JP's next cup of coffee if I'm wrong. But now nobody's. Wait, we were on that. We both said girl.
I said boy.
You said boy. We both said girl.
So never
Okay.
mind.
All right, we'll see.
I'm going with we'll never know.
Well, I just texted them, so we'll see if they respond.
Them. That's
Mm,
politically correct.
That's appropriate.
Good job.
You guys, is anybody paying attention to the nor'easter / bomb cyclone weather?
Yes.
I've been in one of those before.
Okay, so we're supposed to fly into Charlotte on Saturday for
Oh.
an event.
Are you flying in Friday instead?
And they moved the event to tomorrow night, so I might not be here tomorrow. I know. Everybody stop crying at once. It will be so sad if I'm not here. We need to make it over there. But I don't know. It seems kind of stupid because the snow is supposed to start on Saturday. So are we going to get stuck there?
Yeah.
You will.
That's what I worry about.
So we were a couple years ago.
Oh God.
I even wrote about this, about the bomb cyclone, because I'd never heard about it before. And it really just comes on all of a sudden. It's a ton of snow. There was ice. And you know what we did? We did when it started, because it started right after a basketball game. And we were up in North Carolina. And Chris was like, well, we're just going to drive. So we drove and we made it to the outskirts of Atlanta, and we couldn't drive anymore.
Then what happened?
Then it was before that. We ended in South Carolina. We were in Greenville area. We had to stop. There was so much snow and ice. We're like, we're done. One hotel was packed. We had to go to the other hotel. I think we may have gotten the last room they had because everybody had to stop on the way because there's no way to go. Then we woke up in the morning to see if we could even move because there were, the salt trucks, the snow plows, and what you saw was no traffic, and then the snow plow, and then people followed behind the snow plow so they could get through.
Well, that's smart.
So if you're going, go tomorrow.
Well,
That's what I'm saying.
My sister, who plays college basketball in Tennessee, they're playing. We were all gonna go, like Pennsylvania cousins and all of my brothers and I were all gonna go to her game Saturday, but they're playing a team from South Carolina, and they had to move the game to tomorrow, like during the day, because they were going to be snowed in and not able to come Saturday. So I think it's supposed to be a big ordeal.
So they're talking 8 to 12 inches.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
a lot of snow. I'm going to find the pictures on my phone in the break.
So should we not go at all?
I would go, but I would go prepared. Did we
bring
rent a
about
car?
2 weeks of clothes?
We
Oh,
rented
that's
a
not
car.
funny.
We flew in and rented a car to drive back.
Okay. Well,
That's
maybe
what we
won't
did.
see you next week.
You'll be fine because you're actually going to be traveling through places that have snow plows and salt trucks and sand, and they're not scared when this sort of
Yeah,
weather
but we
happens.
still have to drive in it. I don't know. I'm thinking back to Snowmageddon.
Yeah.
years ago.
Yeah.
I would say if you go, be prepared if you get snowed there for like at least a couple of days.
It's very cold. Lots of snow. Like the thick kind, not the like angel dust snow,
Like the
thick, heavy,
drifting
the kind that's fun. Yeah.
where the trees fall.
Yeah. That kind.
It's heavy.
Ooh, the exploding trees. Have y'all seen those videos?
We got to
What?
show her.
If you not,
We got to show her.
How do they explode?
because it
You'll
gets so
see.
cold, they explode. And there's videos of some that were exploding. And
If only we could have an exploding tree and then lizards falling out of the tree like they do in Florida
there was
all at once.
there's an exploding tree warning for the state of Minnesota, and somebody retweeted it and said, "Oh, the Muslims are invading so bad, even the trees are turning into Islam."
Wait, this is a real thing?
Oh yeah, I'll have
Yes.
to show you.
Okay. You got to show me right now. Okay. We'll be back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. It's 4:00 on a Thursday. Okay. Allison's trying to decide if she's going to go right into the middle of a bomb cyclone, AKA a nor'easter. We showed her trees that just broke for no reason because they were cold. But as promised from the first hour, today's segment called The Plunge.
Oh, wait, we don't have our sound effect.
Well, I said
Okay,
it. I
I'm trying-
drew out the word plunge.
Hold on a sec.
What happened?
Hold on.
Welcome back to Right Side.
Oh, wait. No, never mind.
That's me.
Sorry. I don't know what happened, but our sound effect board is not working today.
It's fine. So it's education. We're circling around the tidy bowl of education. And it struck me this week that there is a school, there's actually several schools that are staging walkouts. One in particular, I believe it was in Georgia, where their reading and math scores are in the toilet.
Oh, wait. Did you say toilet?
I said toilet.
JP. All those ghost turds going down.
Okay, now we can see.
Thank you. So their reading and math scores are there, but they decided to stage a walkout in favor of, all the people who, what's going on in Minnesota against ICE. And it's going to happen. It's happening at schools across the nation where you see kids staging walkouts. And it got me thinking, it's been a minute, Allison, since we took that 8th grade examination for Bullitt County test from November of 1912. Because you look at what's happening in schools now. We talk about our test scores rebounding. That's great. I'm not sure what took people so long to figure out that phonics works and this is how we should teach reading, period. Or that the way we teach math, generally Singapore math, and not this ridiculous Common Core, take 50 extra steps math works. It doesn't. Our graduation rates are inflated so that we feel better about ourselves. And so what would happen if we went back to basics? I don't know. Maybe we'd learn how to read, write, and do arithmetic. Also, maybe we'd know how to think, which is the whole point of it all. So we could stop using stupid words like workforce development. Have a great school and your workforce will be developed because they can think. And that's pretty much the skill we want everybody to have.
That's
okay?
pretty deep, Abs.
Was it?
Yeah, you're just meddling and being crazy.
Dang it.
Carry
So
on.
I have a test. I brought the test. It's on my iPad.
Fail it.
And I thought perhaps
Miss Shaver is going to hand the students their test.
yes. And even just to prove a point, but I'm not going to read from it. This is Chris's grandmother's. She was a teacher at Deschler High School in Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Really? Deschler?
Saintly woman that she was. Also taught music at Birmingham Southern. Just amazing.
Literature and life.
Literature and life. And she had it marked for tests that she was giving. And the beginning of the book, look how beautiful the book is. Like the beginning of the book has some poetry.
Our books look like prisons now.
I mean, the books were copyrighted. I can't read because I don't have my glasses on. 1936. And it just has this lovely introduction to literature that we don't see today because now we're giving kids the Cliff Notes version and hoping they pay attention to that at all. But here's what our great grandparents knew how to do.
I'm really nervous.
Don't be nervous, Allison.
This is going to be bad.
It's not going to be bad.
I
But here we
already
go.
saw one.
We're going to play along in our, the other thing I don't have, could you look up the answers? For this?
You don't have the answers?
I forgot.
Hold on.
I
Do you want
have
me to
one.
look up?
the answers to this,
Okay. What am I looking up?
but look up Bullitt County, the one that I had,
Bullitt
county schools, November 1912.
There's a spelling test first.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
So hold on, let me see.
Okay, so wait.
So
Should I see the answers though? I'm seeing.
no, I'm looking for this. Oh my word. I've got an even better one. Oh boy. We're gonna fail.
I got the answers if you want them.
Can you send me the answers and then you have to delete them?
I'm gonna.
Just text me the answers. You guys, this is worth it. This is worth it.
Or do you want me to email
Is
it
it
to you
though?
so it's on your iPad?
Is
One
it
or the other.
though?
Well, you can whatever.
Okay, I'll
Doesn't
email
matter.
it to you.
Okay, I'm not going to do the one from 1899. I'm going to do the one from 1912. All right. Got it?
Okay.
All right, here we go. So we'll just see what we do. All right, we're going to start with civil government since our show basically centers on civil government.
Okay.
All right. Allison,
Oh, why?
because you're smart, define the following forms of government: democracy, limited monarchy, absolute monarchy, republic. Give examples of each. Y'all can both do it. You can work together. This is from 8th grade. 8th grade.
Democracy would be straight up popular vote. What, whoever wins the popular vote wins.
But
But
it actually is also like if we were in a true democracy, every single citizen would vote on every single bill and every single thing that Congress votes on. It would be every single citizen voted. That is a pure true democracy. So not just elections, like
he's gonna
everything.
pass.
he's gonna really pass.
All right.
So
So, and then what was the next one?
Okay.
A limited democracy.
Limited monarchy
Oh,
versus absolute monarchy.
I'm guessing that's like England,
Right.
Where
Mhm.
you have
Yep.
like the face, and then you have Parliament, and then the absolute would be like.
like
Do we have any more of those?
absolute would be like
The monarchy runs everything.
there's not really I don't think there's a
There-
present.
I don't think there is one right now.
Not
It'd
well.
be like the feudal system back then.
Yeah, sort of like old time France, like 1700s France,
Yeah.
sort of thing.
Yeah.
Absolute monarchy where the king is the dictator.
Okay.
And then what was the last one?
A republic.
Well, that's what we live in.
That's us.
Exactly.
So each state
Exactly.
under the
See, that's not hard.
So what drives me nuts is every time you see, what was it during the election? Democracy 2024.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you're
It's
like,
not
y'all
democracy.
don't know what you're talking
It's
about.
one of their buzzwords.
Yeah.
They love that buzzword. Okay. We're going to jump into grammar. Play along with us in your car, at your house, or on the podcast. How many parts of speech are there?
I beg your pardon.
How many parts of speech are there? I'll give you a number 1 through 10.
What
Just-
are we what are we talking about?
Well, there's a noun,
oh,
Okay. All right.
a
Noun.
verb.
Uh-huh.
There's a dangling participle somewhere in there, I bet. No, I'm just kidding. There's a
You're just showing off.
participle phrase. There's a. Does it do like?
So we've said adjective, noun, verb, participle.
Okay. What you want me to give you one?
Yeah, give me a hint.
Adverb. Okay, I was thinking
All right.
adverb.
All
What's
right.
an adverb?
It's any qualifier of an adjective.
Yeah.
Like a adjective, like a pretty.
Like you're a walker. Isn't walker an adverb? It's
Oh.
described like walking, like you're a walker.
Oh,
Isn't that
okay.
am I wrong?
Ish.
Ish.
It's fine.
Yeah.
What else we got? Two P
Two more?
words. 2 P words.
Pronoun
Yes, ma'am. And
and
I love these things.
predicated.
Mm-mm.
You love these things?
No, yeah, I
A
do.
punctuation mark?
No.
Mm.
Mm-mm. Although that counts, but ish.
Starts with a P.
Yep.
What's the next letter?
Did you say PREPO?
Preposition.
Preposition.
Yes.
Aboard, about, above, across, below, beneath.
Do you remember like drilling those into your brain?
Yes.
Conjunction, junction. What's your function? So conjunction and then interjection. Any emotional greeting.
Oh,
That's pretty good. 8 parts of speech. That was only question 1 in the grammar segment. Is
Shout
that-
out to Matthew from Trinity for getting that right, by the way.
what he got all the parts.
Well, he just said 8 when she asked. So
Okay, this is going to blow your mind. Under grammar, what properties have verbs?
What do you mean properties?
Well, I don't know. I'm asking. What properties have
what
verbs?
property?
Uh-huh.
Like
Okay, is anybody out there in listener land knowing what that is? The properties of verbs are person, number, tense, voice, and mood.
yeah, that's lame. I don't know that.
Okay, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah, that one doesn't count.
You don't think so?
No, keep going.
All right. We're going to jump into geography.
Okay.
All right.
God, this is-
This is where you're going to shine like stars in the universe. I just feel it.
uh-huh.
Define longitude and latitude.
Longitudes, north and south. Latitudes, east and west.
All right, done.
Up and down, side to
Cha-ching.
side.
Good job. Name and give the boundaries.
The Nile. No, I'm just trying to beat JP.
Name and give the boundaries of the 5 zones.
I've never heard of zones.
Okay,
Is
this
this
is
like
the
the
point.
blue zone where you
Ladies and
where
everybody
gentlemen,
lives
a
this
long
is
time?
the point.
This is there's the Arctic zone, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
The boundaries, I guess, would go from like Greenland around
the polar zone?
Yeah.
So like a north frigid zone, north
Right.
of the Arctic Circle, north temperate zone, blah, blah, blah. This is the point.
Yeah.
I don't know this.
Okay, here's one.
There's cold, there's colder.
Okay, all
there's
right.
hot, there's hotter.
Oh boy. Question 5. This is also geography, last in our geography section. Could you guys locate the following countries which border each other? Turkey, Greece, Serbia, Montenegro, Romania. They're all in South Central Europe. Could you do that? You think you could?
I could do at least more than half.
We've got a map
We
in
have
the
a
other
map.
room.
We have
Yeah,
a
we
map
got a map.
in there.
I could find Greece.
I could find Turkey, Greece, Serbia, Montenegro, maybe a little rough.
What?
All right, I'm going to
Um,
give you one more question because this is interesting. Y'all can
Such
do
a
this. I
show-off.
know you can. Name and give the capitals of the states touching the Ohio River.
Oof.
Oh. Name Kentucky?
Ohio,
Uh-huh.
and it'd be
Frankfurt, Kentucky.
Yes, ma'am. High
Yes,
five. Okay,
it's
keep
not
going.
Lexington.
Keep going.
Ohio. Is Ohio Akron or
Cleveland.
Nope. Nope.
Oh.
Christopher.
Columbus. That's right.
All right,
Columbus,
all right.
Ohio.
All
Where
right.
did we get Cleveland?
Well, you made it up. All right.
Okay.
4 more.
Indiana?
Indiana. High five.
What's the
but,
capital of Indiana?
Okay. Where did what's it? Indianapolis?
Yeah.
They have great
now
food
I
there.
feel stupid.
All right. Sinclair, where
Yeah.
did one of my kids go to school far, far away?
West Virginia?
Thank you.
Oh,
What?
Okay. High
in
five.
West Virginia.
Charleston.
Thank you. Got it. All right. Where was I born?
Let's go.
Pennsylvania.
Yes.
And
What's the
of that
capital?
is
Is
Pittsburgh.
no.
What? It's not.
No, it should be, but it's not.
It's not Philadelphia.
It's Harrisburg.
That's right. I'm so bad at state
Ah.
Last state that touches the Ohio River. And let's just say that this state to me has one big disastrous city that used to be glorious. It's flat and you have to want to go there. And maybe y'all like to go watch baseball games.
Illinois,
Yes.
and it's Chicago.
Nope.
No. Springfield.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm
That's
so
dumb.
freaking good.
Who cares about state capitals?
All right. There we go.
The biggest city is the only city I care about in each state. I don't care about the actual capitals.
Y'all did well. You made
We're not as bad as I
you
thought.
answered like 3 questions off of an 8th grade test to get out of 8th grade.
During what during what wars were the following battles fought? Brandywine, Great Meadows, Lundy's Lane, Antietam,
Oh, at Civil
Antietam,
War.
Civil. Yeah.
Antietam.
Antietam, Buena Vista.
Civil.
Those were all in the Civil War.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It says wars.
What was Civil War?
During what wars were these following battles?
Oh, we have to
Oh,
name
you
more
have to
than
name each for
Oh,
which
okay.
war
I
each-
know the Civil
Ooh.
War.
yeah.
I don't know.
y'all thought.
Brandywine.
Describe the Battle of Quebec.
Oh,
it
that was
bloody.
1812.
it was
wasn't it?
it was bad.
Give
Yeah.
the cause of the War of 1812 and name an important battle.
The cause of the war. Okay, we don't have enough time.
Okay.
We're
all right,
running us a
all right,
break.
all right, we did it.
It
We did
happened in 1812. I'm going to keep studying.
1812 was British U.S. Part 2, where nobody won,
We all were losers.
and our White House got burned to the ground.
Great.
Fabulous. Okay, we got to take a break. We'll be back.
So I want to remind you, Inspire Advisors is one of our sponsors, and they are doing amazing work. Look, I know this audience. You're the kind of folks who believe in standing up for your principles. You're good stewards of what you have for resources. What if the companies you are investing in, though, don't reflect your values at all? Well, that's why you need to meet Paul Breyer and his team at Inspire Advisors. Inspire Advisors, experts in the field of biblically responsible investing. Look, they can help you grow your bottom line while also being proud of what companies you invest in. Inspire Advisors, you got to check them out. Here's their website, www.moneypatternwealth.com. That's Inspire Advisors, www.moneypatternwealth.com, and tell them you heard about it on Rightside Radio.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I'm Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. So before we roll into the 4:30 time slot, talk about news, because there's a lot of news updates to be given. We have an answer to the question, is moon pie a man or a woman? JP, you said we had to guess again, like one more time.
Yeah. Well, no. Okay. So I guess we've already guessed. We just need a drum roll. Is moon pie a male or female?
Man.
Male.
Stop.
Allison and I were wrong.
We were wrong. Well, you know what we didn't do?
Could y'all say that again?
Amy Beth was right.
We were wrong. Hey, I say all the time.
You do.
I'm so happy. Like, I would love to be wrong often. But what we didn't do, JP, I don't think you analyzed the text wording enough. And that's where we went wrong.
What do you mean the text wording?
You think that would have been
Like, we got
given
stuck
clues?
on moon and pie.
Okay, well, so he says, my text on December 5th should have made it obvious. And I scrolled up, and on December 5th, he said, I ignore expiration dates, and the length of time something has been in the fridge or sitting out is irrelevant.
Man.
If it smells okay and nothing's growing on it, that can't be easily removed, then it's edible.
But moon pies never expire. I bet they're so
No.
preserved that moon pie can.
What's
be
funny
eaten.
is too when he said that he was not judging y'all, he was only observing. He had a heart emoji, and then after that is when I asked him his gender, and he started off the text saying, "Adding the heart emoji threw you for a loop, eh?"
Is he from Canada?
I don't know. He's from Madison. It's a
Yeah, but he said A.
he says he's a Christian, red-blooded Alabamian male. Says,
Sweet.
I have used RC moon pie, but when including my location, the alliteration is better without the RC.
Got you. I like it.
Abs was right.
I guess we won't get into the
Dagnabbit.
discussion of what flavor moon pie. So I'll just save that.
I just
Um,
don't.
oh,
I'm
I
not going
love
to
moon
say that.
pies.
I'm not going to say that because then somebody's going to say Addison's going to get on her horse with her teacup.
You can't help it if you don't like moon pies
so
Allison?
good.
or cheesecake.
Isn't Mobile the moon pie like capital of the world?
I know they have a moon pie at the year drop,
Right.
New Year. I don't know.
Oh yeah, don't they throw them out?
God, they're so good.
Yeah.
Mardi Gras.
The fresh ones are good. The ones that have been on the shelf in the
Yeah.
back corner of the gas
Where
station,
they're like crunchy.
not great.
But
Not
Yeah.
great. Then I'm sure we're eating cardboard coated in sugar.
if you're moon pie, it can have mold. It can have all the things. He doesn't even care.
He does
Man,
not care.
JP, we got to up our game.
Yeah, that's bad.
All right, I got a Katie Britt stock trading update. I've got a Tuberville update. I have lots. We're going to do some news, the three.
Yes. Let's
All right,
do
we'll
it.
cover some quick news stories on the other side. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Rightside Radio. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And now it is time to dive into the latest and greatest in breaking news. Allison Sinclair, do you have an update for us, my friend?
I have an update. So this is actually from the Daily Mail, which is weird that I had to go all the way across the pond to find out.
Should you do the Daily Mail update
Are you
like in a
tired?
British voice?
Swimming across the pond like that, coming back.
I had
That
to
was
go
impressive.
all the way. So I sound kind of Australian. It says glamorous Republican senator forced to donate huge stock profit gains to charity after reporting them late.
Wait, did they say she was glamorous?
They did. Isn't that funny? They added that like it's really bad to be hot. I mean, like what we should have ugly senators?
I
She's from the
guess.
South. It's not going to happen. So yesterday we talked about Senator Katie Britt's husband's financial advisor made some trades that were a bit sus. And in not only that, but they disclosed the trades late, 9 months late.
Mm.
And so everybody was kind of like, well, this stinks, because I think we thought maybe the new generation wouldn't engage in these types of things. She sits on the Senate banking committee. And so it just looks weird. Now, we'll never know if he actually had insider information or not. But Katie Britt has said, and I'm taking her at her word, that she has donated all of her earnings to charity. I don't know what charity, but what do y'all think about that? And she'll have to pay the $200 fine for filing late.
Right. I mean, it's just like I said yesterday. I think because the others that play the game, they don't do it late, So I don't understand if it was a genuine misunderstanding and mistake to release them late. But even with the fact that she released them late, JP Morgan's stock rose 27% right after she bought that stock. So that's what do you know that the rest of the American people don't? So I don't know. I'm not surprised she's donating it to charity. But it's just $200 is way too low of a fine. I got literally, it's less than a speeding ticket in a lot of places.
That's a do it again fine.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem with it is it's so low to repay. But now what that's done is probably put some eagle eye reporters into looking who else is on the Senate. Is it banking committee?
Yeah.
And look at who else might have made gains during that time. So it's bringing unnecessary scrutiny, which is probably something they didn't think about. Now, I'm glad they've decided to donate what they've earned, but can we just not, please?
They said it's between, and this is what's crazy, and I don't know why, we may never know the exact amount. It's between $22,000 and $330,000.
Probably like $299,000 is probably the exact answer. That's a lot of money to donate because you reported late.
Does it make it, is that the correct remedy to this? Like, does that help her in the public eye? Will people remember that?
No, but it's the best damage control.
You don't think people will remember?
You're talking about the donating part?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't think so.
Maybe. I don't know. I think they all do it. I think that wasn't supposed to get noticed. It did. They've done this. But who else is going to start checking into what other people on that committee have made money? I don't know. It's a question we should ask.
I just find it funny that the Daily Mail, who's very liberal, put in the glamorous at the beginning, because that's them subtly trying to make it seem like this extravagant woman senator went and made all this money off of whatever. I don't think that's necessarily correct with Katie Britt. It's
also a great picture of her that they're using for the articles.
Yeah.
I mean, Katie runs around the Capitol in tennis shoes.
Right.
And I love that about her.
Yeah.
And she wears the same dress. There's that one purple dress for some reason I always notice because I can't wear color. And she looks really good in the purple.
You can wear color.
I feel weird in color.
You look good in color.
So I've never thought of her as like some, luxurious.
But that's exactly what they were trying to portray her as with that, which is funny.
Okay. Well, thank you for the update.
I don't know. We'll see how this lands.
We talked about unhinged nurses
Mm-hmm.
around the country. Did you see the other unhinged nurse, not just Lexi from down near where my husband was born, but there's another one. His name is Eric Martindale. Just had his license revoked after he promised never to give anesthesia to Republicans.
How do you determine that?
Right.
He said, look, the genius yesterday said, I will not perform anesthesia for any surgeries or procedures for MAGA. It is my right. It is my ethical oath, and I stand behind my education. I own all my businesses, and I can refuse anyone. Yeah.
Your ethical oath.
Whatever that means. It's from the University of Florida. Is that
That's Miami.
Miami? What in the world? Sorry.
That's
Anyway, in Miami, thank the Lord they don't play in Florida. His license is revoked, as well as Lexi's also is revoked. I don't know about the other lady. I think she was from Ohio. That's my update from yesterday.
I guess, do you give out a questionnaire?
Mhm.
Do you look up their voting record? Do you stalk them on Facebook and be like, oh, they didn't get the shot. They must be conservative. Like, what do you do?
Well, I bet this is Florida. It is Miami, so it's kind of hard to tell. But do they wear MAGA hats in? Does Mama have a MAGA T-shirt on when they're dropping Pop off for surgery? Like, does he secretly ask them where they stand, which he shouldn't even ask at all anyway?
I wonder if you can refuse service for that. If it's a private business.
They wouldn't let people refuse to give abortions. And so now you want to say, well, I'm not gonna give you anesthesia. These people are never satisfied. I mean, right? You had to, this fight years ago, if you're not allowed to have any sort of private thoughts about abortion. If somebody wants one and comes to this hospital system, you have to make them, you got to give them an abortion. This is unhinged and crazy.
So is he just going to move somewhere else? And
Yes, probably to
not
Minnesota.
put Republicans to sleep?
Going to move to Minnesota.
Or if he does, he's
have
just
a life
gonna
there.
Kill them all.
In other words, if I walk in the waiting room, they're immediately going, okay, that guy's not getting anesthesia.
Yeah. Yeah. If our husbands walked in, you don't get anesthesia.
No, JP, I don't know if I could profile you.
Really?
Yeah. You don't really look like the typical.
I don't?
No.
What? Tell me why.
He reminds me of like 90s grunge that I went to high school with.
Why?
That's
Is
fair.
it my wardrobe or is it my...
It's the flannels. It's the.
Yeah.
Oh, you don't have boots on.
No, I don't have my boots with me. No.
You're very incognito.
Do you have docs, by the way?
You have Doc Martens.
No.
Okay.
I do not.
Good. Don't wear those with the bald head.
Yeah,
You'll be in trouble.
That's
Don't
true.
go to the north side of Chicago.
I'll get shot.
Yeah.
What you got for us?
2 hours ago, man arrested on charges of impersonating FBI agent in alleged attempt to free Luigi Mangione.
What? Say that again.
So this is from CNN. A Minnesota man was arrested and charged with impersonating an FBI agent after he tried to enter a federal jail and release suspected murderer Luigi Mangione, according to law enforcement sources. Mark Anderson, 36, arrived at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York on Wednesday evening, claiming he was an FBI agent with a court order for Mangione's release. And when officials with the Bureau of Prisons asked the man for his credentials, according to the complaint, the man provided a Minnesota driver's license. He also allegedly stated that he had weapons in his bag.
Oh.
Anderson then allegedly threw paperwork at the BOP officers. The papers appeared to be related to legal claims against the DOJ, and prison officials searched Anderson's backpack and were able to connect the dots that this guy was not a FBI agent trying to release Luigi Mangione.
Okay, let's take a guess. Like, what was he going to do with him once he got him?
I don't know.
Did Luigi know he was coming? Was this part of the plan?
Did he?
Can you grab P. Diddy on the way out?
Did he really think he was just going to go in there and come out with Luigi?
Isn't Maduro
Really?
in there too?
This is in that Brooklyn detention
yeah.
center,
Yeah.
right?
I think they may actually be in the same prison.
They
I-
are.
Just do a sweep.
This is the problem though. Luigi Mangione has been made into this martyr and this guy that was trying to fight the corrupt system and did the right thing, and he's now being like he's been turned into a what's like a romanticized figure who is just he murdered a guy in cold blood. That's the bottom line. But now he's been turned into this hero for some reason. I don't know. I guess the girls think that he's attractive, and that's part of it. It's weird, but yeah. That guy really thought that
was
he
a
would be
guy.
able to walk in. Mark Anderson is the name of the guy who tried to
Okay, I was about to
escape. Yeah.
ask if it was a girl.
Mark Anderson, 39 years old from Minnesota,
I got to look at Mark Anderson.
went all the way to Brooklyn to try to free Luigi.
Wow. Bless it.
He didn't really have a great plan.
No.
I feel like you need to do a little more
Yeah, at
recon
least
studying.
like
planning.
make a fake FBI badge or
Is
something.
that a
Yeah.
pizza cutter?
Yes.
He took a pizza.
Do
Yes.
better.
Wait.
Do better, dude. He presented a fake court order and carried a barbecue fork and pizza cutter as weapons.
Yeah.
This is where Trump saying bring back insane asylums.
Yeah. I'm for that. Oh, here's
That's-
his
Click on
ID.
it. What's he look like? Kind of looks like JP.
What?
Where it was
Well, he looks like.
He looks like a movie character. Wow.
Of course, he's from Minnesota.
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 You know what's funny about Luigi? Where he got caught was in the town that my whole mom's side of the family in Pennsylvania lives. And we've eaten at that McDonald's that he got caught at several times.
Oh. Really?
Yeah. Altoona, Pennsylvania,
I was
where he got
just about
found.
to ask.
Huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep. That's where my parents lived when they were newlyweds.
It's kind of famous. I
Wow.
wonder if people go by there, just stand where they saw him.
Probably,
On the,
you know what? Feminist women go there because Luigi had been there.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, he's our champion.
wait, I thought feminist women weren't supposed to think he was cute.
Well, but feminist women, I can only deduct that feminist women are the only ones who have made him into their savior. So it's okay to like
Mhm.
somebody like him because he was fighting for the
Yeah,
people. By
you're right.
I mean, like you got to use a twisted logic. Did you see how easily I went there? I am concerned. But twisted logic to get there, but it would be the unhinged leftist women, feminist, who'd be like, Luigi,
I bet they all had blue hair too.
probably.
What's funny is somebody was like, why didn't Tyler Robinson get the Luigi Mangione treatment? And somebody was like, look at him.
Yeah, he does not have the same jawline at all.
It's true. Think about Charles Manson. People wanted to help him. It's all has to do with the way you look. If you're going to commit crime, at least look good.
If you're gonna murder a guy in cold blood, at least be attractive. Is that is that such a hard thing to ask?
I'm kidding.
Tyler looked
Don't
like he needed a
commit
nap.
crime.
He probably did. He had to do lots of running.
Well, Tyler liked furry boys, so there's that. too.
Ooh.
True.
Ooh. Ooh.
We need to go to break.
Let's go. Let's stop now.
We'll be back.
Oh, Welcome back to Rightside Radio. We're finishing up a Thursday. We got to talk to Case Dixon. We talked to Troy Miller, who's the president and CEO of NRB, National Religious Broadcasters. Perhaps we'll go to that event in February. I don't know.
You think would he let us join his club?
I think we can because we're religious broadcasters.
Well,
We're Christians who have a show.
Okay.
We're not a show that is like, here's our Christian show. We are Christians who have a show, like C.S. Lewis said. We're trying to be good at our job.
really hard.
Really, really hard. Okay, Allison, do you have a question before we have Would You Rather?
I do. So just curious, AL.com has a story out
That's good.
and has a picture of Tommy Tuberville.
Okay.
And it says Tuberville among growing number of U.S. senators running for governor. Why are they abandoning Washington? I'm just curious your thoughts. There's so many congressmen leaving the House, maybe not even running. Most in the House are just resigning or leaving. And then a lot of senators are running for governor. Actually, well, Ralph Norman is he's in the House and he's running for governor of South Carolina. Nancy Mace is in the House. She's running for governor of South Carolina.
Mm.
Marsha Blackburn is a senator. She's running for governor of Tennessee. Tommy Tuberville. Why? Why now?
Well, first off, DC sucks. So it's not really a fun city to live in.
You're talking about like
Yeah, just
physically,
physically, would
yeah.
you rather live in DC or be the governor of your state? So I think it's just a unique time and a rare time where there's so many openings like that in terms of like people that can effectively win their governor's race at the same time as 2026 when all of those are up for re-election. Or I don't know. I don't think it's anything more. I don't think there's some everybody's unhappy or something. I think naturally people will want to govern their state and be the chief executive of their state than live in DC, especially just, I don't know. I just feel like DC is getting more and more gross, especially with the Epstein stuff. I don't know.
You think Montgomery's better?
No, it's not. But at least you get to, be the guy or be the girl and you can live in your state. So
I also think those people are wise enough to know that they've probably gone as far as they could. There's not a whole lot else that they can change. So go home and make their state what they think it should be. You think that? What do you think?
Okay, we'll go ahead.
Well, I think it's kind of a mix of that, but I go to, like, especially with Tommy Tuberville, I think a lot of people go to DC and they're gung-ho and they think they're going to make all these changes and they're going to do all these things and they're going to save their state and they're going to save America and they're going to save the world. And you get up there and you realize basically legislation is handed down from leadership. There's no debate on the floor anymore. Like, you really are just a puppet
Right.
to leadership. And it used to not be that way. And it wasn't ever designed to be that way. But I think people like Tommy and probably most of them, if they're being honest, would admit, I really don't do that much. I don't have that much influence.
Yeah.
I think the best you can do, especially in the House right now, is call attention to issues and really stand up and cause a stir.
Like Massey,
like Anna Paulina Luna. I mean, that's the best you can do, because at the end of the day, it's just a machine and you're just a piece of laundry just getting washed around and spit out at the end. So I don't know, but it is interesting. I've never really usually go the opposite. I think there's also a point where we're realizing how important states' rights are, and almost like the federal government's not a lost cause, but right now, maybe I would say that.
states are
Yeah,
being more
I
and more
think- yeah.
empowered.
I think it is right now. Not always.
So for today, we're not doing the wheel because I got 3 would you rathers from my super fan of Rightside Ant to end today's show.
Ooh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
Some of them are a little like deep, but
I like this.
okay. Would you rather be stuck in an endless day or an eternal night?
Can I sleep in the day if it's endless day?
I mean, I guess endless day, like it's a normal day that's endless, or just nothing but night.
Oh, I'm going endless day.
Endless day.
Eternal
I like
night.
the sun.
Mm.
Weirdo.
Okay.
Would you rather never be able to leave your house or be homeless?
Never leave my house.
I'm homeless 100%.
Are you really?
Yeah,
Yes.
homeless.
Wow.
At least I can
Yeah,
do
that'd be exciting.
be out and about.
Yeah.
Would you rather die painlessly alone or painfully with loved ones around?
Oh, I'm going to die painfully with people around. I'm
Yeah,
calling
painfully.
it now.
Does dying in your sleep count?
Is alone?
I guess
Oh, then-
painlessly alone.
Okay,
That's
then
what I'll take.
Okay,
I've changed that.
real quick,
No,
one
but
more.
that'd be depressing. Reminds me of COVID.
Would you rather lose your best friend or lose all of your friends except your best one?
Oh.
I don't know. Different friends
That's
serve different
hard.
purposes. I don't know. I need options.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hard. We got to chew on that
I need
one.
a lot of them.
I need a lot of friends.
Yeah. I'm going. Okay, we got to go. I may or may not be back tomorrow, but these two will be here.
We
Right?
will. Absolutely.
Okay, we'll see you then.
Live to Rightside Radio with